What's up, guys? UCTeeth. It's for a brand new 40s and 9s war recap. So this war we were up against a clan called Dead Lucky. Not much to be said. They were pretty much an average 2-star clan. I started seeing some of their Town Hall 9s step down to take Town Hall 8s and even Town Hall 7s. So I knew they weren't going to be putting up much of a fight. Yeah, I don't know much about having your top guys step down, because look at what happened to our top guys. They couldn't even really put up a fight. That's what they did to our bases. You can see they 3-starred the lower bases, what we did to their bases. Only one Town Hall 9 got away from us at the top, but let's go on to the recap. Here we got Shintani Ryoma, our Brazilian attacker, using what do you know? The earthquake spell. Yep, a lot of people thought it wasn't going to be a very strong spell usage or had no real purpose, but he begs to differ on this attack. He's bringing a stone goho wiwi. Look at that, only 10 hogs, but look how much damage he does. Level 15 and level 20 BK, so he has decent level heroes, you know, not super high, but definitely not weak. Just open up that big compartment, open up a lot of room for his witches and for his wizards to come along. I don't know why, but I really suck at these go wipe like attacks, but he's really good at them, and I like to see his attacks because it's something I'm not very good at. Sprinkles in the hogs from the left side, you know, puts a heal down. A little risky. That queen had not gone down, but it worked out in the end for him. You know, he's still got a pretty good amount of usage out of those. He's making some good movement. Hogs making their way in. There's tons of DPS in here. You know, look at all the witches and wizards going around the edge. Hogs taking out point defenses. Got Golem still tanking. He does get hit by that giant bomb there, which we knew was there, but he just chose to ignore it. He just chose to go all the way around. I like here on the bottom on the west side, see how he saves one wizard targeted on the Golem, uses to take out that cannon. Clutch. That was a clutch wizard. And then he just had so much cleanup left over that it was just, he overran the space. That earthquake spell was so OP for this base. Now we're gonna go check out cervixpounder. This guy has some awesome names. Cervixpounder. He has another one called 2-inch tickler, his alt. I don't know how he comes up with the names, but he's gonna do a balloon drop up here, 2 balloons to pull a CC. Pretty solid, you know, gets easy CC. Of course, everyone's using dragons now, so pulling out the CC is a joke. It's very easy to do. Pulls out to the west side with 1 archer. Yeah, stupid mortar gets his archer, but it's alright, not a big deal. I believe he can also do a shattered goho. Gets him out kind of close. Sends out an archer. Followed pretty soon by his witches, I believe. Oh yeah, he chooses to side flank him a little bit. Yeah, there's the witch drop, and standard 2-1-2 kill, I believe. Or does he just go straight wizards? Yep, straight wizard kill and witches. Whatever, he saved his main DPS coming up right here with drops 2 golems, begins a little mini funnel that he has going on. Watch that spell factory. He almost lost it here. When I was watching this raid, he kind of recovers. Look, sees the BK, drops a wizard. Luckily for him, the BK decides to go back and go into the base. What I really like about what he did in this attack, so that wizard actually ended up doing good. Look how he does a hog on the bottom on the south. Perfect. Just detonates an area that had a giant bomb. That could have been trouble if he had detonated all his hogs. So then drops a giant you can't really see on the south. Uses it to distract defenses, brings him in. Perfect spell placement. Again, another giant just tanking for him. Another heal for those quad Teslas. Quad Teslas can be really a pain if you don't drop heals fast enough. I think they could even still kill a single hog if they all target into 1 hog under a heal. But CP is really good with his hogs. I'm always impressed watching his raids. He really understands them. He even tells me himself that he kind of sucks at Golo Loon, so he really understands the pathing and how many he needs to bring and such, and just totally decimates this base. Moving on to the next attack, we have Rangamaster. I call him Rangamaster. With a good solid Jai He Ho. I really like what he did here. He dropped I believe 2 or 3 hogs at the top. Not really much anything hitting him there. I think the archer towers, but not enough to stop them from taking the air defense. And then at the bottom he drops a giant for CC lure. Notice that, get that stupid dragon out of there. One thing I don't like is that we're still using the poison spell to kill one wizard, and I think it should be held on to get on those skeletons when your hogs are making the pathing, but it's okay. It doesn't really affect him that much. Then he goes max giants and a couple of his own and 3 healers. This is one of my favorite types of attacks. Jai-Hi-Ho is just very strong attack if used right on the right basis, because you can see right now those giants are just tanking for him. Drops a rage spell, perfect. Now we got the heroes about to go in pretty soon. I don't think he brings the jump. He opts for not bringing the jump, which is fine because he does need 3 heals. I would have also brought 3 heals, but look at that. The heroes and the archer queen just doing work, and then he begins his surgical-like attack, I should say, because it's not quite a full-on surgical. But Brings kind of drops quite a bunch. They're gonna meet up kind of in the center. This is such a bad base layout with the giant bombs on the outside. It's just ridiculous. But that's neither here nor there. They're making their move. Look at those hogs are just, everything is focusing kind of on the giants. So hogs in that initial part were just getting in without even getting touched, which is perfect because look at that bunched up amount of hogs like that. Nothing's stopping them anymore. But see what I'm talking about? That poison spell would have been clutch there. Those stupid skeletons just chasing them, and they actually can do a lot of damage. But it didn't really matter. I mean, he still had both heroes up, full health. What are you gonna do? You know, that guy got worked. Now I really like this attack. It's a Eastern teaser, I would say, I guess, but bad base. I hate these teaser bases. They're just such a joke. I like this loon drop just to trade for that cannon and to trade for that sweeper just to get it out of the way. Yeah, just clutch. So instead of going straight from the east, I like what Hulk does here. He comes in kind of from a northeast area because the funnel creation is way easier here. He only needs to take out a couple buildings and he's in. He shouldn't have dropped those inner wizards, but it doesn't matter because he did want to have kind of a stronger push initial army and then more of a back end style hogs. From the Indian Master himself, Immortal Hulk. So look at 2 golems pushing in. So I should note that. Notice some of these guys in these, like Rangamaster and Immortal Hulk had just became Town Hall 9s. They don't have the strongest heroes. And a lot of people think, oh, you need to have 15-15 to become, to be good at warring, but these guys are proving otherwise, you know? You just can't take on, obviously, high-end bases, but you can still help out your clan by, you know, taking on bases that you think are possible, and he shows it here. You know, 2 golems, his, you know, mild level heroes are still, look how much they do in that compartment. They pretty much decimated that whole compartment. Back end hogs, nothing really that can really take them out. The Teslas are gone. I mean, you have a wizard tower, a low level wizard tower, so this is just over. One thing I would do, those 2 wizards he drops, I would have dropped one at northwest and one at southwest. I don't really like the fact that he dropped them on the same side, but it really didn't affect him because he had a shiz load of hogs. I mean, what are you gonna do? He can't. There's no way. He just ran over that base like nothing. Then we got the New Zealand terror himself, Gab. Gab we call Mr. Inconsistent because he either kills a base like crazy or he's a solid 1-star attacker. And he's still working on it. He's also just became he's doing 8.5, I believe, right now, Town Hall 8.5. So he's getting to learn. He was more of a dragon guy at Town Hall 8, so he's learning. And he's actually progressing really well, as you see in this base. Does a 2 golem, I believe, from the bottom, and then watch the top. I like how he does this. He doesn't wait. Sends a good group of hogs from the top, and then just goes to work. Bottom, he knows the bottom's taken care of. I would have maybe waited a little bit, but you know, it didn't affect him. He came in from the top, really nothing up there until he gets to this middle area, and the defenses are kind of splitting. Some are targeting below, like the expos, and one's targeting up. So it's actually very smart to keep going. He actually even kept 6 wizards for cleanup. A ton of wizards for cleanup. I had a little too many, but he needed it a little bit in this base, I guess, because he's he is dwindling. I would have dropped my poison right about now. That those skeleton traps are chasing the hogs, but for some reason he didn't think he needed it, and he was right. He did 3-star the space. So props to Gab for having a clutch war this war. Let's try to, maybe by the end of the series we'll start calling him Mr. Consistent, because right now he's kind of hit or miss, but we like when he's on because he really does help out a lot. Nothing to do but clean up. Let's speed this up, get on to the next attack and our final attack, I believe. Is this our final attack? Yeah, so we got Carnal Sin. Again, another guy that became Talon 9. He's a proper Talon 9 now with Expos, but he's still not the highest level heroes. This base was just asking to be Pentalooned. I mean, look at this. Exposed Queen. He does, I believe does a trade. Giant to lure the Queen. King. But watch what he does here. He gets 3 hogs. That he sends them in now because they're targeting the Barbarian King. So perfect for lure. Look how much work the hogs could do. The hogs could actually kill that cannon. Had they not done that and just thrown them in, say with no tank in front, I don't think they would have killed that cannon with all that DPS there. So easy lure as always. Dragons in the CC. I don't know why Supercell decided to invent a poison spell, but they did. Again, we're still slowly trying to get out of the habit of dropping the poison spell to kill one wizard. I don't think it's needed, but in this case it doesn't matter. He drops, you know, different angles on his hounds and then targeting his loons. Specific defenses 2 per defense, sometimes 3 depending. Brings him in, rages, appropriate spot right on the air defenses. But the one reason we picked this raid is check out what he does a little further into this raid. You know, he's doing okay. He's almost kind of running out of loons, but not really. He's still kind of pushing through. His hounds are starting to die, but then I'm like, oh man, he might not get this side anymore. I noticed he had 5 hogs left. 5 loons left, and he has a hound. I was kind of surprised that he saved the high end, or not the high end, the higher level hound for the end. But look at what happens. It actually, that stupid blow dryer actually holds off his loons long enough to where it actually takes the loons a while to get to that last air defense, and it actually pops. The hound actually pops, which is good for him. I mean, he was going to beat it anyways. He had a lot of cleanup going on, but just so clean. He had so many loons left over. Again, I know these aren't the highest leveled bases, but neither are the guys attacking them. I think this serves good for people thinking that, you know, that want to start 3-starring other opponents and aren't taking Molt's advice of doing 2-star attacks for winning wars, because that's just straight up BS. So just to clean up, you know, Laloon takes forever to clean up. Cisco's pretty much him, and Sin of Dusk is the only 2 guys that really like to do Laloon. I myself have strayed away from his. I think it's a little boring, but it's very powerful and definitely needed. Yeah, so this is UCTeeth from 40sand9s telling you guys you gotta dare to 3. That's how you win.